Hey everybody, welcome back. Bastion here with another Star Wars video, and today I thought I would explore an idea that I read in the comments section to one of my videos that got me thinking about a possible outcome by the end of episode 9. So, a shout out goes to Kaz Hirai. Are you the Kaz Hirai? If so, when's the PlayStation 5 coming out? Anyways, today's topic is, what if the First Order were to win? At least win by the end of this trilogy. Knowing that Disney's long-term plan is to eventually do a fourth trilogy sometime down the road, how will they end this trilogy? Do the good guys win and everybody goes home? Does Snoke eventually get thrown down a reactor shaft? Does Kylo Ren achieve redemption? And does the First Order suffer a major defeat or even end up being disbanded? These sound like the most plausible outcomes if Disney and Lucasfilm stick to the tried but true formula, right? But how would they move forward after that? Do they jump forward another 30 years yet again when Rey, Finn and Poe Dameron are replaced by a new generation that has to face another crisis threatening the galaxy? Maybe potential offspring of these heroes follow in the footsteps of those that have come before them? Or might Disney have the opportunity to set up all the right pieces on the board so that when they do decide to go with the fourth trilogy, they could do so running? How could they do this then? Well, one interesting idea would be the First Order simply comes out on top by the end of episode 9. Snoke and his cronies succeed in creating a new galactic empire and subjugating its populace. Maybe he even succeeds in turning Rey to the dark side somehow. Luke might sacrifice himself or once again return to exile to teach a new generation of Jedi in secret. Leia. Well, due to Carrie Fisher's passing, Leia will most likely also disappear from the scene, which could lead to the Resistance falling apart due to infighting and bickering amongst the potential candidates to replace her. Well, what could be some of the positive points to having the First Order triumph in regards to telling a more interesting story than your run-of-the-mill the good guys win and everybody lived happily ever after? Going forward, this would be a fantastic way for Disney to tie in nicely with their future projects and even set up their planned live-action TV series. Wanting to take a break between the end of this trilogy and the beginning of the fourth trilogy so they don't oversaturate the market with saga films, a live-action TV series could carry the mantle along with anthology films for quite some time. The series could explore how it would be like to live under the First Order and Snoke's particular unique brand of interpreting the dark side that we still do not know much about. If Luke survives, or even if he doesn't, they could follow a new generation of students preparing for their inevitable clash with Snoke and his minions. The possibilities are endless here. They could jump around from both perspectives, the First Orders and the new fledgling Resistance. Have them show us both points of view, equally murking up the waters until we're not even sure who we're rooting for anymore. Gather the finest writers out there. Have something similar to Game of Thrones, but instead of houses, it's star systems vying for supremacy and control. Winter is coming? Forget that. Something from beyond the unknown regions is coming. Done properly, the show would be a massive hit and might eventually last 10 seasons, giving us a long enough break between the trilogies and giving us a huge amount of backstory and emotional investment going into the fourth trilogy, further amplified by other mediums along the way such as games, books, comics and so forth. It certainly would be a twist. I don't think the majority of viewers would expect it to go that way. Counting out The Force Awakens, this trilogy would have that The Empire Strikes Back vibe. A sense of doom and gloom, never sure who makes it out alive, but also leaving some glimmer of hope there's a fighting chance. The audience would be hungry for more and would anxiously await for the live-action TV series to get some more answers, which would spike their interest even more for the final conclusion during the show's tenure. As great as that sounds though, would Disney be prepared to do such a thing? Could they go along with the bad guys winning by the end of this trilogy? It would certainly be a gamble. How would the audience react to leaving the theaters after watching Luke, Rey and the rest of the heroes getting their asses handed to them? Well, we already have a precedent with Revenge of the Sith. It's just about everybody's favorite film from the prequel trilogy. The Jedi fell, Palpatine took over and became the Emperor, Yoda and Obi-Wan went into exile. It was looking pretty bleak there for a while, but sometimes audiences react well to this kind of thing, if it's done correctly. So those are just some of my thoughts on some possible long-term plans Disney might have for the franchise, especially so now that we know they plan to release Star Wars content well into the 2030s, and let's face it, probably well beyond that. What are your thoughts on the matter? Would the First Order coming out on top work for you? Would it be a more interesting conclusion to the trilogy than your run-of-the-mill win for the good guys? And what other projects do you think could come out due to such a decision if Disney were to make such a choice? Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and as always, thanks for watching and supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, sub and share and all that good stuff, and until next time, see yous.